And we are live. Hello, I'm glad you found my video. I am Lisa Concepcion. This is Lisa's Lowdown on Love. I'm a certified professional love life coach. And today I am diving into some content that men will resonate with. If you found this video, this information is for you. Don't go anywhere. We're about to get real. Our friend Brian sends me a letter. He is only 26, so I know men 56 going through this bullshitigus. So you are not alone, right? And here is what it is. It is undergoing a heartbreak because you ended up in a relationship with a woman who needs constant attention, flirts with other people. You cannot trust her. She may even been disloyal, may have even betrayed you. And because you're codependent and clingy on her, and I'm going to get into why that is, you're thinking of giving this person another chance and another chance and another chance. So let's get into why that is. If you are in a relationship and it's this on again, off again, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, and you don't know where you stand, and you're okay for a few weeks or a few months, and then all of a sudden things just go off the rails, and then you go your own way, and then somebody calls the other person, and then you go back into it again. This is toxic. This is very destructive to your self-worth, self-esteem, let alone your nervous system. You're doing damage to your nervous system, which means that you could end up with illness because of this. The level of stress that comes from not being in a secure, stable, just chill, peaceful, harmonious relationship can lead to health issues. It could lead to financial issues. People tend to spiral in other aspects of their life when they are not settled and peaceful in their relationships. So I'm hopeful that if you are in a situation like this and you see this content, you will be empowered to make some decisions for yourself so that you could be self-loving, peaceful, and not so avoidant of pain. The problem is people cannot handle the pain of walking away from toxic people. They would rather be with somebody toxic and somebody disrespectful than alone. This goes into the core wound and the core issue. Codependency. Codependency means that you are chronically missing the ability to love yourself. It's a chronic need for affirmation, love, approval, attention, love from external people. Could be financial, right? People are like, I'm not going to be in a relationship. So all they do is they channel their codependency onto money. They become codependent with money. They define themselves through how much money they make and how great they are at their businesses and whatever, but they have no sense of connection with people whatsoever. So these are all things that people do to cope with unresolved wounds and unresolved healings that have to happen. And so in this case, Brian, 26 years old, reaches out, says he's undergoing a heartbreak. He says that there's mistrust and flirting over and over. And then he asks me, should I break up? Should I still talk things through with my partner? Is she cheating? So let's look at these three questions. If you're asking, is she cheating? Then you need to break up. That just shows that there's no trust between you and the relationship. The communication is whacked. And there isn't a sense of boundaries and standards and clear expectations for what is allowed and what is not. And these are things that have to be handled from the beginning. You cannot go on this roller coaster of emotional disaster and then think along the way you're just going to train them how to treat you. You need to be upfront with what your standards are. You want to win with me? You want to be with me? Here's how I roll. And you have to be secure with the fact that they might say, oh yeah, that's not for me. Cannot take it so personally. Codependent people are so heavily connected to the judgments and opinions of other people. They cannot handle rejection. They need everybody to want them. Handle whatever that is about Most likely it's about a wounded inner child who has yet to be addressed, seen, heard, validated, cared for, if necessary, disciplined. And this presents a huge opportunity. Usually relationships, especially when you come to a place where you have a really hard time getting over somebody and you have these ruminating thoughts all the time, this is an opportunity to heal something deeper. When you're at a place where you're just like, hey, look, if I'm in a relationship and we give it a go and it's as long as it can go and it's time to move on, and you can feel badly and process it, but that it doesn't, consume you. That's healthy, right? Breakups are tough no matter what, but there's a way of coping with them. There's a way of accepting them and moving on, right? But when people have issues with this and they stay stuck, can't live without them, can't live with them. Go in, go out, go in, go out. I was there. I know what that's about. I was there for 4.5 years, right? Because I couldn't walk away. Yet the relationship had grown emotionally taxing on me. I was living in hope. And that constant living of hope with no outcome, with no resolution, is damaging to you. It's emotionally damaging to you. But other people aren't responsible for your emotions. You're responsible for your emotions, and you're responsible for taking action when relationships aren't serving you anymore. So think in that way. When somebody is behaving in a way that is not adding peace to your life and instead making you anxious, making you concerned, preoccupied, distracted, it's time to go. Very simple. It's time to go. Love yourself enough to cut anybody loose who isn't on your level. And handle the thing in you that needs them to be a certain way in order to feel peaceful. That's codependency. The need to have other people behaving in a certain way so that you can feel at peace. They are behaving as they are behaving. Look at it and then decide if it's for you or not. Don't try to change them. Do you express what your issues are with them? Sure. You're like, hey, saw this thing in you and I'm not liking it. So I want to talk to you about it. And then you talk about it. And you say, my perception is when you do this, I perceive it as disrespect. And you own it. I perceive it as. Not, you make me feel like I'm not enough. You make me feel like I'm not a priority. You make me feel like everybody else matters more than me. Where? Disempowered baby bullshit. Be an adult. Here's what happened the other day, right? This is what you do. You sit them down and you say, listen, I've had something on my mind for the past couple of hours. It's been weighing on me and I have to bring it up. And they'll probably say, okay, what happened? And then you say, we were out and there was a way that you said something to me, that you talked to me in a certain way that I didn't like it. And the person that was with us noticed it too. It was awkward. And you noticed it too. Yeah, I knew that you were going to get pissed off at that. Yeah, well, don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way, period, let alone in public. I know, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Oh, okay, done. Now I'm on alert. I laid out my beef. I was succinct. I didn't like whatever happened. I didn't like it. I expressed it. He said, I knew you were going to get pissed off at that. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Okay. Now I watch the actions. If it happens again, I have to be prepared to lay down a consequence, meaning I'm out. I told you very clearly, this was the beef I had with you. You said, I'm sorry, and it won't happen again. And then it happened again. So if I don't exercise a consequence, it will continue to happen. So I'm out. See you later. Handle your anger management. Deuces. And you bounce. And that is self-love. That is self-advocacy. And that is what I teach people who come to me. And this is, I don't know what's up with the season. This is like, I'm attracting a lot of people. I don't know, maybe it's the kind of environment we're in the world, but there's a lot of toxic relationships where people are trying to flee, which I'm psyched about, right? Because that means that collectively as a planet, we are awakening. And we're awakening to things in the world, but we're also awakening to the truth within. And the truth within is you were put here by a magnificent creator of all that is, and that creator did not put you here to suffer and eat shit from other people. And so when people start to realize that, they look around their environments, whether it's family relationships or job relationships or anything that's toxic and not serving them, they start to feel like, I gotta do something about this. I can't just bitch and complain anymore. Something's going on in the world where those days of standing around and bitching and complaining about your situations and and what's going on in your life with other people who are also miserable, those days are over. There's no time for that bullshit anymore. The world is moving too quickly. So people are in this new ascension of their souls where they are in a state of evaluation and action. Even if you're traumatized, broken, whatever label you want to give yourself, right? This thing happened to you when you were 5, your parents divorced when you were in junior high, all the stories, I hear them all. People are arriving to this moment in their life now where they're like, despite all that shit that happened to me growing up, I arrived here. Here is not serving me. I got to get the hell out of this. And they are then hiring me. And that's what I help people do. I help people do everything from get their exit strategy straight and together on leaving a relationship that is toxic. I help people who aren't even in relationships, who are dealing with family members who are toxic. How to handle these people. How to, if necessary, distance yourself from these people. How to, in extreme cases, write these people off. And what that means for you. Your identity, your need for tribe. Because we all need to be connected, right? And more people now are finding community and tribe with like-minded individuals, like soul individuals, meaning people who are on the same frequency, the same vibrational frequency as they are. And it's more harmonious. It's a much more positive vibration when you're talking to people who are on your page, right? So this kid, bless his heart, he's realizing that he's 26 years old. He has things he wants to accomplish in life. And this woman is a distraction. And she just brings drama and stress to his life. Therefore, he can't create. He can't think straight. He can't invest right. He can't do his business at the maximum level. And men who are capable, strong, confident, self-loving, secure, mature, they are always looking for the level up. And they only surround themselves with people who can accompany them and aid in their level up. So that means quite simply that high quality men do not deal with drama women. Women who bring confusion, drama, toxic energy, hyper criticism, throws them off their game on any level. They don't mess with girls like that. They don't care how pretty they are. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Can she hang? Yeah, she's beautiful. You'll hear men, like high value men who like done the work on themselves. They'll be like, yeah, she's really pretty, hot girl, great, but can she hang? Right? Can she hang? Can she represent herself like a classy adult woman with her shit straight? Is she easily triggered? How does she handle anger? How does she handle conflict? These are important questions, and very few people ask these types of questions when they enter relationships. So like this kid, 26 years old, in this relationship with this girl, and he has seen a pattern of her wanting attention, wanting to flirt with people, being inappropriate with people. Meanwhile, he's starting to wonder if he can trust her or not. The second there's wonder of that, you need to get going. You need to get going. And the reason you cannot is something worth exploring. So I hope that this served you well. Yes, guys can be codependent too. It's not just a woman thing, and you aren't alone in this. It's certainly something very common. It has to do with how you were raised as a child and also how the adults around you behaved in your presence and how you tapped in or acquiesced to their own emotional peace and what have you. If you were a child and you were taught that there are crazy people around you and you're observing the crazy and you made yourself small or didn't express what your needs were and you just kind of went in your room and colored and spent a lot of time alone as not to be a burden on other people, most likely you're codependent on some level. Could be a high level of codependency, could be a low level of codependency. Your attachment style could be whacked out where you get anxious, you don't know why. Like you automatically presume that the person doesn't want to be with you anymore. And instead of saying like, all right, whatever, you can't hack that. You can't handle that. So this is all signs of codependency, and it's something that you have an opportunity to heal. I can help you do that. You can start off by going on over to my website, LoveQuestCoaching.com, where I have a free love life assessment, just like this guy Brian filled out. You can fill it out too. And I don't tell people details about anything. It's just your name and your age, and that's it. And if it's a letter that can be used in a video, because it could help other people who are probably going through the same thing, then I will share it that way with confidentiality, class, and respect. So that being said, I hope this served you well, and I look forward to connecting with you again. This was Lisa's Lowdown on Love. You can check out my YouTube channel where there are over 800 videos there to help you get through whatever relationship issue you're dealing with now. Thanks so much. Have an awesome day, everybody. Bye.